Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Megan with True Vibes Designs, and today I am bringing a new tutorial on how to convert JPEG or PNG images into a vector SVG file. And basically, if you get an image that is like really pixelated, blurry, like the one that I'm showing you here, this is from a customer of mine who wanted to make their image a little more clearer for their business. As you can see here, when I blow it up, it's blurry, it's pixelated, it's just not clear. So if you use a designing software such as Affinity or Photoshop, you can utilize that program to turn a pixelated image like this into something like this, which is very, very clean, very, very clear. And I converted this and changed the colors, and I wanted to make it as close and, as close as I could to the original, which, in my opinion, looks very, very close. The customer was very satisfied. So I'm going to show you how to do that using the pen tool. And we have like some gradient colors in here. I'm going to show you how to use the gradient tool, how to use the color picker to, pick out these colors. And then we're going to choose a font that is very, very similar to this. As you can see, like some of the words were cut off. And this was a very simple image for me to convert. If I had something that was a little more complex, that had, a lot of different shapes and colors and things like that, I probably would send it off to a company that I normally use to vectorize some of my images. And I'm going to link down in the description box some of the companies that I have used in the past. But one of them I know is called ivectorize.com, and their prices are very, very reasonable. So it's something that you could use for your own business or for your own images that you might have that just need to be, kind of, um, clear, that need to be more precise, because if you were going to use this for a DTF sublimation, like you want your image to be as clear and crisp as it possibly can, because if not, it's not going to come out that good. So with this, the customer was able to use this logo on their website, get DTF prints, sublimation business cards, whatever they wanted to use it for. It just looks so much better than what they originally sent. So now that we got all that out of the way, let's go ahead and hop on into it. This is the image, the original logo that they sent me. And what I'm going to do is duplicate this. Click on here, Command J. I'm going to duplicate it, and I'm just going to move it off to the side so that I can have another one to kind of work off of. And when it's time to get the actual colors, I can have that off to the side to kind of use. All right. So what I'm going to do over here on the left hand side, there is this tool called the pen tool, which is what we are going to use. So I'm going to click on that, and you're basically just going to trace out and make little points on the image all around, right? And I'm going to start off with this front E right here, and then we'll do the sides, and we'll do the letter E that's kind of in, kind of behind here. All right. So I like to blow my image up so that I can get really close and see what I'm doing. And it's very, very simple. So I'm going to go up here to the top, and I'm just going to click with my mouse, just make one click. And then I'm going to come all the way down here to the end and click again. And it's going to make a line for me, right? And then I'm going to come down here to the bottom and just do the same thing. I'm just following the natural curve, natural lines that are in the original picture as close as I can. And if I make a mistake, I can always delete by using Command Z to take me back to, my original point. So let's say I went something like that. Like we know that's off, right? So I'm going to hit Command Z, take me back there, and just continue going along the lines. And then once I get down here, I'm just going to come right back up here and just click on the very first box, and that's going to close it off. Okay. So from there, you're going to click on the Node tool, and this is where you can make adjustments if you need to move things up, move things around. See how kind of like right here, it looks as if it's down just a little bit too low. So I can just click on that and just drag up with my mouse, and it'll bring it up just like that. Okay. If I wanted to bring this down, I would just, with my mouse, just hover over the line and just click and drag down, right? But we don't have any curves, so this is really easy to do, and it's not needed for me to make any curves in the file or the image. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom out, and I need to pick the color from the original image. So I'm going to go up here to the move tool, and as you see, it highlighted the whole entire frame that we just did, the letter E. And I'm going to come up here to this color picker, and I'm just going to drag with my mouse, and I'm going to pick this top color right here and release. Now, I don't know if you have the latest Affinity version, but it just came out. There was an update. I think it was maybe a couple days ago. And usually when you would do the color picker, once you dragged and you selected what you wanted, you have to come back over here and click this again. You don't have to do that anymore. You literally just drag over where you want it, release, and it's going to go there. Okay. But with this image, as you see down here at the bottom, it's kind of like a darker color. So we're going to use the gradient tool to bring that in, and that's going to be right here. It says gradient tool. There's a small little arrow. So if you don't have that, if yours is on transparent tool, you're just going to select the gradient tool. And once you do that, you see there's like a circle down below from the arrow. So I'm just going to go up here to the top of this letter, and I'm going to click at the top with my mouse and just drag it all the way down like that. And as you can see, it kind of gave you like a gradient color, but it's not the exact colors that we need. So now I'm going to go up to this box, click there, and this is where I can change the colors. So this color on the left, this is the top. And down here, this lighter color would be here. So I'm going to click on there because that's the color that I need to change. And then I'm going to go back up to the color picker, come down here to the bottom, and just hover over it and release, and there it is right there. Okay. And what you can do, this little line, it's like a slider. So if you slide it up, the color at the bottom is going to rise up on your image. And if you bring it down, the lighter color, comes more towards the end. So I'm going to leave it probably about right here because I'm trying to keep it as close as I can to this color over here, right? And if you wanted to add more colors, you would just go right here. Let's say I wanted to add, because this color is almost the same as it is right here. It doesn't really change till you get kind of close to the bottom. Let me see. Let me bring this up a little bit. Okay. Just like that. I'm going to keep it about right here. But let's say I wanted to add like a lighter color right here in the middle because it's just not really giving me that. What I would do is click back here and double click on this line, and it gives me another point, which is right here. So with that selected, I would just grab the color picker tool, come right over here, release, and now I have that color there. Okay, and that's all that you would need to do. So now I'm just going to click off of there. And I'm going to go back to the pen tool because now we need to do the sides. So we'll zoom in again. And I'm just going to start at the top, click, and just click and draw, basically trace this whole line. Go back up to the top, do the same thing here. And we'll do the same at the bottom. Okay. Well, let me zoom out. And I'm going to click on the Move tool. All right, so same thing again. We're going to click on the color picker and we're going to come over here and select that color. All right, click on the middle. Let's see, which will be this one. And we already have that color saved over here, so I'll just click there. And do the same thing for that one. Okay, now we want to zoom in, and I want to make sure that all of this is lined up pretty well. So I'm going to hide this logo in the back. I'm going to hide that just so that I can double check and make sure it's lined up really good. So this top one looks really good. Okay. This one right here is slightly off, just a tiny bit. And this one is off up at the top. You can see like right here. This one can come up a little bit. So what you would do is you would select the one that you want to edit, click on the node tool again, and you're just going to move things down just slightly. Let's see. Let me zoom in. It's a lot easier to see. Let's see. And from here. It's off just a little bit. Okay. And you just want to get it as close as you can. And so we'll do the same thing for this one. This one's up a little too high, so I'm just going to bring it down some. And that one looks pretty good. Okay. Now I'm going to turn this back on. All right. So now I'm going to go back to the Move tool. I'm going to highlight each one of these curves, and then I'm going to group them together. So that way they won't move. The last thing that is left to do is this inside letter E, and I'm going to fast forward this because it's pretty much the same steps that we did for, the front and the sides. And then once we have that done, we'll move on to the next part. So stay tuned and Okay, so from here, I'm just going to add in the text and use the color picker to choose a color that is very similar to the original design. And I'm just going to line everything up, make sure everything is centered, and then I am going to group everything together, the logo, and once I get everything just how I like it, I'm going to add this black background and give you a side-by-side view so you can see the before and after, and this looks so much better than the original. That's it for today. I hope this video was easy to follow and helped you understand the process of converting pixelated images into vector images. So if you found this helpful, please be sure to like the video and subscribe to my channel for more tips on digital designs, crafting, and business growth. And if you have any questions or thoughts, drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you guys. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.